Hello everyone, most importantly, you Miss Yi, and thank you for being here today. My name is Wyatt Metcalf and I'm excited to share insights about business etiquette in Japan as we prepare to move forward in our company's expansion in this vibrant market. In this presentation, I will discuss the key aspects of Japanese business etiquette that will help us navigate cultural differences successfully. Understanding these customs is crucial to building a strong relationship and our potential partners in Japan. Let's begin with business in Japan. Japan is a business monolith in the tech and automotive scene. Everybody is familiar with Sony gaming, movies, TV shows, music, very popular in the automotive market with Honda and Toyota. I personally drive a Corolla. Two of the highest rated car brands domestically and internationally. You can see them driving all over the road in the US. 99% of the foreign trade comes from ports. It is an island, so port health, port exports, it's going to be a huge thing when you're surrounded by water on almost all sides. There's a long history with U.S. business dealings with cultural influence in the recent years. Anime, other forms of media, food has been very popularized in the U.S. as of recent, and probably in the past 15 years or so. It's a pop culture hotspot in Japan. Power of communication. When engaging with a new culture, specifically a Japanese culture, it may be easy to jump into old familiar customs of a quick handshake, a quick hello, a quick talk. There is a language barrier here and a cultural barrier here as well that you may not be accustomed to when initially jumping into something like this. Greetings, bows and handshakes are very common. I know stereotypically bowing is something that you see in movies and TV shows and just kind of like known through the sphere of things. There's appropriate bowing and inappropriate bowing. Just walking up into the meeting and initially bowing before you even are greeted would probably be a no-no. How about we let the Japanese business owners kind of initiate things, and I think that will give a more appropriate response. Attire is basic attire that you would probably do in most business meetings, just casual, conservative dress wear. Gifts is something we'll talk about briefly here and then kind of get into more as we go along. Gifts are very meaningful in most cultures, specifically Japan's cultures. Small gifts that have meaning carry a lot more weight than some giant car luxurious thing that you could just be passing around. Time. Emphasis on punctuality. Being on time for things is generally important in all aspects of life, business, relationships, all that stuff. But it's a key point culturally within Japan to be on time, if not prior to the time start. And like I said, with the language barrier, communication is a key thing. There's going to be slang terms that English uses, mannerisms that may not be common in other places, but especially Japan. So pay attention to social cues, physical cues, nonverbal cues, most importantly. And that should be good. Continue with this. Engaging with a new culture, sama is a common additive to a last name. Yi-sama would be a good example. It shows respect. It's similar to like a teacher or somebody you hold in high regard. A few other terms that we're going to be using, specifically temeyage. This term refers to a gift giving as a type of gift. It is a gift with a purpose. Commonly given when visiting someone in a business meeting setting can make a great impression. If we come in there with a very thought-provoked gift, well genuine, has meaning behind it, it would bode well for future business discussions. And then furoshiki is a traditional wrapping cloth. Keep in mind that the colors that are picked need to be more on like pastels, solid colors, nothing too vibrant, bright, and flashy. It can create a form of like symbolism that we may not be accustomed to, but it could be prominent in Japan and get misconstrued as something disrespectful. Ideally, Sake as an alcohol, or just maybe a home brew of some sorts would be a wonderful gift. Alcohol is very appreciated types of foods. The gift is something that we would probably want to push towards the end of the meeting as a respect thing. Furoshiki is a type of wrapping. It's a very traditional wrapping, almost like a cloth, that you will put around said gift. It is a very high tier of respect, a very high understanding of cultures and customs within Japan. And I think that would do well to implement into our business meeting with the Japanese businessmen and women. Basic overview of Japan. The geography, it consists of 4 islands, Honshu, Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku, home of the world-renowned Mount Fuji as well, which most of us are well versed about. It takes up, most of the sky view in comparison to the skyscrapers. History, it's very rich in history, from feudal Japan, industrialization, World War II, of course, and modern day innovations have shaped Japan into the world power it is today. Arts and media have reached both niche and popular cultures only comparable to US media and globalization of culture, especially in the past 10 to 15 years. Anime, music, movies have definitely blown up in the United States. So there is like a little bit of an understanding within the cultures. The big thing that I think goes under the radar that isn't talked about in the broad scheme of things is the religious views of Japan. Shinto and Buddhism are their most prominent religions, with Christianity being a small population size. Shinto is one of their oldest, if not their oldest religion. It dates back to the 6th century. Buddhism was implemented later on with acquisition of China and lands around that area. They're very respectful of each other, but also most respectfully of nature and this human spirit, as opposed to like, okay. Conclusion. Understanding Japanese business etiquette is vital for success in this business interactions. A genuine interest and understanding of the culture and history could also bode well in these interactions. Going in with a calm, respectful demeanor is the best approach. Be yourself, but don't fall into a comfort zone you find yourself in with business meetings at home. Thank you, and good luck.